Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are all ready for Christmas. I was ready a month ago. I'm staying home again this year. I can't wait to just be alone. I mean, granted, I'm going to be working, but it's my kind of work, working with dogs. And just wanted to come on here and talk about my last video that I did. I wish I could be out there doing my normal video with my drone. But I can't because it's raining and I don't want to be out getting wet and getting the drone wet and trying to do a video. So I'm in here again, which is fine. But my last video that I talked about embracing getting old, it's interesting. I had a couple people emailing me and I had a couple people make comments in regards to that. And I think what it is focusing your energy on the better part of getting old. Of course, we're going to have health problems, but we're going to have health problems throughout our whole life. My whole thing is if you can avoid health problems without taking a pill or going to a doctor and being prescribed all these medications that you don't need to have, you don't need to take. This is my opinion and my opinion only because I'm 57 years old and I'm not on any prescription drugs, none whatsoever. I don't take anything. I take a supplement once in a while, but I try to eat as clean as I can. And I don't eat as much as I used to eat when I was a kid. And I'm realizing, not a kid, but as a young adult. And I'm finding out that you really don't need, you need to eat the right foods. But you don't, this whole thing of, the 4 food groups and all that other happy horse, that was set by the government. Who's really going to believe that shit? It's just crap. You need to eat what's best for your body. Not with, and that's the whole thing. I just love it when people say, oh, you need to eat oatmeal for fiber. It's like, you need to eat oats. Oats are or horses. Oats are for cows. Oats are not for us. At least that's my experience with oatmeal, to be exact. Because it's made out of oats. All that is a filler food for me. There's no nutrition in it, I don't believe, but that's just me. But I just think it's funny how people, you need to get plenty of rest. But, there's a lot of people out there that don't need to have a lot of rest. They don't require it. They don't need it. They don't, and it's like me. I get a certain amount of rest. And if I go over that amount that I get sick. I don't feel good. I don't feel good when I wake up in the morning if I sleep in. So usually when I wake up, unless it's at 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't try to go back to sleep. When I wake up, I lay in bed just for a little while and hug my dogs and that kind of thing. But I don't try to go back to bed if it's close to when I wake up because I feel that's when my body wants to wake up. And since I've been doing it that way, I sleep a good 6 hours. I'd say about 6 hours. And I think that's good enough for me. Now, do I not take a nap? Yeah, I take a nap in the afternoon. In fact, I haven't taken my nap today. And today's kind of a good day. Oh, it's starting to rain. That's good. This Pineapple Express, this total flood, this total control of the weather that they're doing, to try to convince us that the earth is warming or whatever they're calling it nowadays. It's just funny how that is all a farce. I truly believe that. I've believed that for a long time. Anyway, but yeah, it's just funny how some people want to do a facelift. They want to do this. They want to do the eye lift. They want to do all this stuff. Now, I mean, granted, if you have to have your lids done on your eyes, because you can't see because your lids are droopy, I guess that's what they call, then yeah, you got to have it done. But there's also other ways you can do things for your eyelids too, and it's called castor oil. I put castor oil on my eyelids every other night, and it's actually improved my vision. So my optometrist was really surprised about that. And this is what works for me. Doesn't work for a lot of people, and that's fine. This is my opinion about what works for me. That's why this whole channel was started, is about complicated talks with me and things that happened to me. And so I just think it's interesting how, people want to try to do facelifts and tummy tucks and all this other stuff to try to look younger. And it's like, I think the key thing is if you don't feel young, you're not going to look young, because you've got it in your mind that you don't want to grow old, which is fine. But if you have it in your mind and then you try to change it by doing these tummy tucks and facelifts and Botox and all that other stuff, it's so funny how many people I hear, they say, oh, I have to do Botox because I have migraines. Okay, why don't you fix migraines without putting chemicals in your body? I've been a sufferer of migraines and I know how they are, and they're not fun. But I just figured out what was causing my migraines and stopped doing and I haven't had a migraine since. I haven't had a migraine in probably 20 years. I figured out what was going on. And I think it's also with people, there are so many people that are walking around that want other people to do things for them. And I'm talking about doctors. That's why people love to a lot of people like to go to doctors. They want to pay you to do something, pay them to do something for you. And that's what I notice with a lot of people that go to doctors. They go to the doctor for a sniffle. And it's like they want instant results. And that's what we've turned into, like with AI. Everything's supposed to be perfect now. We can do an AI video and it'll be perfect. And I just find that interesting. It's like, life is not perfect. Nobody's perfect. There's not one thing out there that's perfect. There might be certain things that are perfect for certain people, meaning, this might not be good for you, but it's good for me. It works for me. And that's the whole thing. You need to find what works best for you. But why put the energy in trying to change yourself? You need to be happy with yourself before you can be comfortable growing old, before you can be comfortable respecting somebody else, before you can love somebody else. You have to be that person before you're able to you need to, like my mom told me when I was a young kid, you take care of yourself first. And then if you've got a little bit extra, then you help somebody else. And you spread that kind of stuff. But you've got to take care of yourself first, because you're not going to be able to help anybody else if you don't help yourself first. And it's the same thing with people that want to find somebody to fulfill their life. Oh, I got to find a partner because I'm missing this. It shouldn't be that way. You should if you want to be in a relationship, you want to find somebody to enjoy your life. You're already a full person. So wouldn't it be fun to share your life with somebody then when you're a full person? But finding somebody to fulfill your life is crazy to me, is absolutely crazy. And that's the same thing with getting old. You need to accept it and embrace it instead of push it away like it's going to go away. It's still going to happen even as far as you push. And that's what I say about that. Embrace it. Start eating healthy. Start going on for walks. Start doing different things that you haven't done to try to improve your health, and try to do things, because what's going to end up happening is you're going to focus on that, and then you're going to start having health problems. On the surgeries you're doing to yourself, or on the Botox, or on the, instead of just trying to fix your problems, you got to be happy with yourself. And I think that's a big thing. You've got to love yourself before you can. And if you love yourself, and if you're comfortable being alone, just like with me, I'm comfortable being alone. I'm comfortable with getting old. It is what it is. So that's my advice. Hope you got something out of this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want, subscribe. Make a comment. Tell me what you feel. Just don't attack me, because I won't respond. Attack my personality. Attack me as a person. Thanks for watching. And I hope you have a Merry Christmas and I will see you in the next one. I'm going to try to make some more videos. I'm obviously going to have to do it inside because we're supposed to have rain for the next 3 or 4 days. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.